What's your opinion?
About what?
About what's in there?
About what's in that room?
Yeah.
I don't understand it.
Why?
Because I feel like there are certain types of art that can speak to anybody.
Yep.
There are certain types of art that can speak to people who have a formal training in understanding art.
Yes.
And that is the latter, not the former.
Okay.
So what do you feel from the art, though?
What I feel? Confusion.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is that frustrating?
Yeah. No, it's just confusion. You know, it's just what it is. I feel it's made for a particular audience, and I'm not part of it.
Hey Tom, hate to bug you again. What do you think of this art?
I think this is really interesting.
It's interesting, okay.
It's like an explosion of image.
Yeah.
It's almost like a hodgepodge of, imagery in a way. Like there are things happening here that I wouldn't have expected to be in the same image.
Like what?
Like a red-headed boy holding a wolf in front of a catfish with lilies. You know, I mean, like
it's surrealism, huh?
I mean, the guy's wearing like board shoes.
Right.
Look at that. I mean, he's a skateboarder, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's very surreal. It's really interesting. The color is.
It's like a little bit like Michael Parks on methamphetamines.
Who's that?
Michael Parks. Remember he did all those ballerinas on tight ropes, and the rope was burning, and the
He's
white
not an
lion helping you enter into the other, or the dream time, or where objects that would normally be together would come together, and so that your mind like sort of slips into this realm, this altered state that he's invented for us.
It's the in-between, really.
And he has such a seductive way of painting that it moves you to like, ooh, wow.
But it's very illustrative. I mean, obviously, right?
Yeah, but this one.
I do first Thursdays every week, partially for the art and partially to have conversations with interesting people who enjoy the art. And I think a lot of it is not so much elitism, but it's sort of like my way of going to church. It's finding your congregation.
Right.
For you? Well, for me it's my life because I'm an artist, and so it's like it's my children and my lover and my parents and my God. Not that other things aren't also.
Right.
Expression, experiences, shared visions, ideas, fantasies, wishes, dreams. I think art is a really neat way to try to share your mind space with somebody, and if you see people or trees or pets or animals interacting and you want to share that, what better way than to paint or sculpt or...
Art is a way of communicating visually the sort of secrets that we either lack the vocabulary for or we lack the consciousness. Beautiful.
Great.
I mean, science fiction is maybe the movie and book side of art, and art galleries are the two-dimensional and three-dimensional stills and other forms of, hey, this could happen. Here's some goods and here's some bads. Here's the bad, here's why we need the goods. It's really a chance for people to get their wishes out there and to create and explore with other people. And even if they don't know what they're going for and they've got weirdo wacko ideas, they had the building piece for somebody else to put the things together and synthesize, oh, this is what I needed. That's how we can grow our grass on our roofs and cool the house and make a whole ecological system where it catches the rain and cools
So it's like
the house
a
when we
trigger.
have food.
They're triggers for the consciousness.
Yes.
So in the gallery, was there pieces that you really liked or disliked that moved you to have like an emotional response, like whoa? Were there
I think on the second floor, very down at the end of the hall on the left, I saw some very beautiful floral tiger grace.
Yes, we saw those.
Wow.
Because, you know, the experience of art is so subjective, it's so personal that if anyone interjects, if a critic interjects and says, you're wrong, you know, it really disrupts that sense of connection that exists between the moment when the artist finishes the painting and the moment when the viewer looks at the painting and tries to understand, you know, how does this reflect my own life, or the lack of experience that is being filled by this artist right now.
Right.
Right, so something about it that disturbed you, that you felt is, you could say, doesn't belong?
Well, what I felt was most disturbing about the piece that I saw at the Toomey Gallery was that it was the cross-section of Paris was done in such a way, it was done in a layered way that it directly referenced capillaries of any blood vessel or ganglia, and it was done on a red background, so you automatically assumed that it was
blood right away.
Yeah, you automatically assumed that it was part of the body, it was biological, and then you start to understand that it's actually more about networks, that the network is a concept that not only exists as a part of evolution, but it's also part of our cultural evolution. The way cities are born and made, and the way we live, it reflects directly the way our bodies are conceived.
Wow.
Thank you. You should be an art critic.
I am an art critic.
Oh, there you go. Do you come here every month?
I try to when I can.
Are you an artist?
In as much as I make little wishes, I got something. Little wishes for kids to jump into the woods and find out what trees are named. Yeah.
Awesome.
And
So, do you come here to see like what other artists are doing?
Of course.
Yeah. See what's going on in the sort of the world today. Yeah.
Well, I don't know if I necessarily think of it as the trends, but yes, I would say come to see what other people are doing. Hopefully I'll get inspired looking at something. Hopefully I'll actually see something I like.
What we were saying is that because it's in 49 Geary, a little sketch gets exalted to this position where we have to appreciate it on a certain level, where if it was in a coffee shop or if it was in someone's home.
You know, positioning is very mathematical. I think that the farther things are, the more value we attribute, because if you position it in such a way where it is explicitly to be admired, instead of being familiar, instead of being part of interior decorating, then people start to understand that a sketch, something as innocuous as a sketch, is not so much just ink on paper, but it's pregnant. It's pregnant with that moment in time that was made with intention, with the very glimpse of the soul of the artist and the subject.
And
this is a party. This is a social experiment. This is really a dynamic flowing situation. You can go to a party or a bar, and there's one door, and there's one floor, and there's 2 rows of seats, and what's your movement going to be? You're just going to kind of, okay, look at the walls. Whereas here, you've got 40 little art galleries. You can flow in each one, and you can spin this way or spin that way, or curly Q8, or do tourists, or skip it, or talk to people and ignore the art, or grab a person and say, what do you think of this? And it's so interactive. This is such a rich experience in the sense of you can wander in and be autistic and look at the art and talk to nobody, or you can meet people and catch up, or
it's like it draws the viewer in and gives them a place to participate in art as well, even if they're not making it.
This is interactive.
And then your thoughts made me think those thoughts. And
yes. Oh, are we doing it now?
We're doing it. What's your name?
I'm Scott.
I'm Gail.
Gail.
Lisa. Lauren.
Hi. Nice to meet you.
Thank you.
Thank you.